I just saw Christspiracy, but it's a documentary about how it connects vegetarianism or veganism to Christianity and more generally all religions. Not just healthy for you or good for society or good because you're not hurting animals, but it's also spiritually good. That's sort of the conceit of this documentary. I'm not a vegan, I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not religious at all. So this movie is kind of like I'm walking into these realms, these worlds, things that I don't participate in, and I have my own opinions about individual things that they're talking about. I did find it interesting. It was like vegans are co-opting these religions, like, hey man, you say you're about this, are you about it? And it was fun for me to see these spiritual people, these high up in the different churches, because it's not just Christians, being hypocrites, constantly being hypocrites. It was hysterical to me. What I'm left with as I'm walking away from this, yeah, there's definitely a more humane way to treat animals. This hasn't turned me vegan. I think any person who's ever been around pets or been around animals, and for any extent, knows that there's something different about a pet. And to divorce yourself from that when you eat something that, that could potentially be that same loving kind of dynamic you have with your pet, it's definitely enlightening and something that should be considered inside of your lifestyle. So I appreciated all that. Sort of draw conclusions about. It's a big stretch, there's a lot of stuff where it's sort of like, yeah, that's an interpretation, and there are other interpretations of that same thing, and they could be talking about vastly different things for vastly different reasons. So the major conceit that, no, the whole thing was Jesus didn't want animals killed. That's the whole thing. Like, I think that's a little bit, that's out there. I feel like this is a feel-good movie in a way, and I don't want to cast dispersions on it. I think people should see stuff like this because it is a different perspective, even if it's not what I would consider to be the perspective to have. All right, so all that being said, and I think the guy's a good guy. The guy that made it seems like a good guy. I give it a 70 out of 100. Yeah, I had a good time. I laughed a lot, actually. I mean, I know that sounded weird, but he cried, I laughed. Anyway, that's it. Peace and love.
All right, I'm here with my friend Ian, and we just saw Christspiracy, and here's what I thought. I saw a preview for this movie, and it's based on this connection between what we're doing as humans and how religion has played a role in that, for me, especially Christianity. I've started to question as I've been on this vegan journey for like 7 or 8 years, would Jesus be doing this? And that's kind of what they look at in this movie, and I think they've got I think they have a compelling argument. I'm biased, obviously, but I think they have a compelling argument. Jesus was actually killed because he was trying to stop people from, eating meat, slaughtering animals, treating each other that way. I think that was, in my opinion, his mission was to be kind to all, and that doesn't end with humans. And that's kind of how I've felt my whole life since a kid. I've always loved animals and stuff, so I've had a hard time reconciling eating the animals that I love. Yeah, I like this movie. This director is somebody who I've seen his other movies and actually been in communication with. Yeah, it's a special movie, and I hope other people get to see it, and you, if you're watching this, I hope you check it out. This is kind of a different thing. I think it's something I've been wanting to be out there. I try to communicate some of the things that got communicated in this. I think they did a really good job of communicating it. It moved me to cry at one point in the movie. Oh, that kind of impact. I'll just say that this morning I had a pork roll, egg, and cheese. I've been on and off vegan for this 8 or 10 years, whatever. And I saw a prime rib sitting on the counter that I was excited to eat tonight with my mom, and it started to click with me as I was coming to see this that I might not be eating that tonight. And I'm kind of excited to eat some bread, which I think is what Jesus says he likes to eat. So that's I think I'd give it a 10 out of 10 because this is what I want. This is the kind of stuff I want to be out there in the world.